Let's understand what is Windows Form. See here, any screen what you are able to see, a notepad, this is a Windows Form, okay, a calculator, okay, see here, it's a notepad is a Windows Form, a calculator, this is a Windows Form. Anything is a Windows Form. Windows Forms are nothing but Windows screens which are available. All these are Windows Forms. Whereas these are browsers, okay, these are not Windows Forms. These are called as browsers, okay. Windows Forms are, this is a Windows Form, okay. You can say anything. MS Office is a Windows Form. My SQL Server environment is a Windows Form. Visual Studio, this is a Windows Form, okay. Now, see here, do remember that your .NET allows different types of specifications, okay. So you can understand that Visual Studio allows to develop, okay, different types of specifications. The first one is Windows Form specification, okay. Second one is ASP.NET specification. Third one is mobile specification, okay. So what is the first one? Windows Form specification. So Windows Form specification allows to me to create these kind of applications, Windows screens, okay. How to do this one? Simple. What we'll do is we'll have an empty Windows application. Let's see this. I think I created one application for you people. Let's see the start page. I think we have up beneath. I forgot. Okay, let it be. Let's start with an application. Okay, Abhilasha. Okay, file, new, project. In the left side, I'll be selecting what programming language I would like to have. Windows. If you select a Windows source, you'll be getting a mobile application. Don't go further. Please select the Windows. Okay, Windows Forms application. Here, I'm naming the solution name as something like Ravi solution or Karthik, Suresh. Okay, so we'll see Suresh solution. I'll take this one, Suresh solution. Okay, and I'm taking the name of the application as Pin App 1. So it's already have its showing. Okay, I'll take this one as Suresh solution 1. Okay, there is a solution I'm going to be creating, Suresh solution 1, and it's coming Windows application. So this is what exactly a Windows application is. And do remember that Windows application, okay, how Windows application works or how Windows application created, okay, using OOPS concept, full OOPS concepts. You can understand that real time, okay, example for OOPS are Windows Forms. Very clear. Okay, real time example for Windows Form, OOPS concepts are Windows Form. How? What exactly Windows Form? Form is a class. Do you remember? A form is a class. And you can say my form is an object, a form class. So form is a class. The screen design. How the screen is going to be designing? The screen is nothing but a class. Okay, a form is a class. Okay, now when you talk about a class, see here, what is the difference between class and derived class? Okay, so what is the difference between, okay, parent class and a derived class? Parent class and derived class. See, do you remember parent class contains which one? Your parent class, one second. Parent class, okay, contains, okay, built-in functionalities, or you can say parent class contains base functionalities. What about derived class? Derived class contains base functionalities, okay, with extendability facility, extend feature. Now what I can do is, if I create an object for the form class, I'll be getting this one. Which one? I'll be getting this feature like minimize button, maximize button, close button, name, etc. This feature I'm getting. For form class, what is the feature you will be getting? The empty window, the empty screen feature I'm getting for the form feature. But this is not enough. I would like to have my own feature. So derived class. What a derived class contains? derived class contains, okay, existing class features with extendability feature. Now, this feature I don't want. It's not sufficient. For this feature, I would like to have additional functionalities. Now, how it will be there? See, this is a parent class, and now if I extend this, now this is child class. Now you can understand that parent class is having the screen, child class is having the screen with the button. Now you can understand that here you will be able to see the form 1. Okay, so you can understand that form is a parent class. Am I clear? Form is a parent class, whereas form 1 is a derived class. Guys, hope you understand. Form is a parent class. Okay? Form is a parent class, form 1 is a derived class. So when you create an object for the form class, you can have the base functionalities. Form 1 which derives. Let's see how to inherit. How to inherit. Simple. Okay, how to inherit class. This is something called as a base class. How to inherit class derived base. So this is, you can understand that base class contains, okay, main functionalities. Whatever this one derived class contains, okay, main functionalities with extendability. You can have that. Now you can understand that form is a base class. See, form is a base class, form 1 is a derived class. Let me explain it in clear. Okay, so this is form class. If you are able to see, this is a form class. Okay, let's open to the design. Okay, see, let's open to the design. Double click, you will be going to this. Okay, now form 1 is a class inherited from the form. Am I clear? Form 1 is a class inherited from the form. Now you can understand this is a class. Form 1 is a class which was inherited from the form class. Where is the form class? It is coming from system.windows.form. Let's right click on this one, go to definition, you can see this. Okay, so form is coming from the controller, container controller. Let's see this, it is coming from the controller. Let it be, no issue, it is coming in the forms class. Am I clear? Understand? So your form is a class, form 1 is an inheritance of a class. Guys, clear? So you don't have a numeric button today. Guys, clear?
Yeah.
Understand it? Very good.
Yeah,
shall I next? As I said, right? This is very, I mean, this is the only one way which I can show directly the inheritance. As I said you that Visual Studio is a very powerful software. Whatever we are talking, 100% I can show it to you. Same thing. Let's see the continuation. Now, every class, if you execute, now this is an object. Say this is an object. Okay? This is a class, whereas this is an object. How to see this? Real. Like as I said you that. In the first class I said you that for every program we'll be having a program class. In the program class there is a method called as application run, and they are asking you to provide an object. So here my object is what? New form 1. Now you can understand that form 1 object is sending as a parameter. Anonymous object. This is called as anonymous object. Anonymous object in the sense no name. So you can understand new form 1 in the sense form 1 object. Now this is an example for that. Say this is a class, this is the object. See, that is a class and this is object. Now my class, see, you can understand the form is having a feature like minimize button, maximize button, restore, resizing, etc. Whereas my form is having this feature with all my toolboxes, whatever I would like to have, I can have it. Clear is? Understand what is a form and what is a form 1 class. Let's see an example. See here, do remember one thing, okay? See here. All these are Windows Forms is a real-time example for oops, okay? So form is a class. Am I clear? Form 1 is a derived class. Okay, form 1, okay, simple form 1 is equal to new form 1. Okay, you can understand that small letter form 1 is an object. Am I clear? Now you can understand that, okay, form 1 is an object. Now you can say button 1 is a class. Button is a class. So button 1, okay, see I can say button 1 is equal to new button. You can understand that? Button 1 is an object. I mean, as I said you that for one class you may have 2 buttons. Now I can say button 2. So you can understand that button 2 is an object of button class. Is an object of button class. Right? So button 1 is an object of button plus, button 2 is also an object of button plus. And the same way I can show you something called checkbox. It's a class. Checkbox is a class. Okay, I can say checkbox. Okay, CB is equal to new checkbox. Okay, now you can say CB is an object. Okay, checkbox. So it's very easy. Okay, now generally what a class contains. Okay, see, every class contains what? Internal members. What it contains? Members. Okay, every class contains members like what else? Variables. Understand? Variables. Or you can say variables are nothing but as data members. Okay, you can have methods called as member functions. Or you can have something called events. Events are nothing but methods. Am I clear? Now, what is an event? You can say an event, okay, is a method which will be invoked when a respective action is performed. Am I clear? An event is a method which will be invoked when a respective action is performed on the tool, or you can say control. So what are controls? Buttons, radio buttons, etc. Am I clear? Now let's see this. Here I can say button 1 underscore click. So you can understand that it is an event which will be raised when the button is being pressed. Clear? Now how to generate event? See, there are two ways. Okay, two ways to generate events. What is the first one? Double click on the event. That is the first option. How to generate an event? There are two ways. One is double click on the event, or second one is, okay, double click on events in properties file, properties window. You can have multiple events in the properties. Let's see. I want to have something when this screen is formed. Double click. Now you can understand that even event is generated. This is one way. This is one way. What is the first way? Double click on the screen. Other way, right click on this, you will be going into the properties. In the properties, you will be able to see a thunder symbol over there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thunder symbol. Let's click on the thunder symbol. You could be able to see the events. Now double click on it, and event gets filled. If you don't want to have an event, now what I can do is right click on here, reset. The event is getting deleted. Now you can go here and you can delete the event if you don't want. Am I clear? So event is going to be generating in two ways. Double click on the event or double click on the thunder symbol. Clear? Now, while coming to the Windows Forms, here I'm going to be teaching you pure real-time examples on Windows Forms. It's very, very easy to understand. Okay. Now, how to do with this? We'll see. Now, let's see. How to place a control, or you can say tool. Okay. So there is something called as a toolbox. There is a toolbox. Okay. It will be available in the menu. The shortcut key is Alt plus Control plus X. Okay. Let's flip here. Alt Control X. The toolbox is present. Let's select a tool which you want to have. For example, I would like to have a button. Please select a button. There are many tools out there. We'll be using very regular tools. Okay. So other things you'll be understanding slowly. Now this is a tool. Now what do you want to do? For example, I would like to change some properties. For every control they will be having some settings, but the settings are technically called as properties. Right click on the properties. Okay, properties. Now select it. You come back to the settings. Here everything will be having two options. One is properties, another one is events. Properties are settings, events are methods. Let's go to the property. First two are random, okay, category wise or alphabetical wise. This one, properties, okay, properties, category wise, properties, alphabetical wise. Events, events alphabetical wise, events category wise. Let's go to the properties. The divisible text in the button can be changed using the text property. Here I am writing take me. Now you can see that the text has been changed to click me, and you'll be having something else called as name property. You'll be able to see the name property. I can say BTN click, so you can understand that an event gets generated with a click. Want to see? Just double click on the button, you'll be getting. Let's want to go back, right click, view disorder. Okay, right click, code, right click, view disorder. At any time. Now what do you want to do when you click on this one? Right, what are you? For example, I want to display some alert message. There is a ready-made class called as a message box class. Okay, it contains show method. Let's see this. Welcome to forms. Okay, now right click on this, go back to view designer. Want to execute it? Simply click on F5 button or start button. Okay, let's click on it. You'll get this. Welcome to forms. Understand this? Now tell me any other doubts before continuing. Hello.
Yeah, I have one question, Ravi. How did you enable the click on this button?
Which one?
I just missed that. On the
right.
click me button, how did you enable the click?
Yeah, you need to double click on the button so that event gets generated. This is one way. Or else right click on this one, you'll be able to see the properties. In the properties, if you are able to see the first line, there is a fourth option called as a thunder symbol. Okay.
Correct.
When you click on the thunder symbol, you can see the respective events related to the button. Like for example, I want to click on the double click, so the event gets generated. That you can implement. Okay.
Okay. Fine.
So there is the two best. Now let's see a small example here. I have a form, right? I've seen the click button. Let's see. I want to place a button. As I said, use it. Go to the view menu. You'll be getting the toolbox, or else Alt Control X. Okay. I would like to have a button. Please select it. Close this. What do you want to do? Like I'll write something. I want to change the text. What is the way to change the text? Go to the properties. Okay. Go to the change. For example, I want to close. Let's close. Here I would like to have BTN close. See the respective codes in detail which was given in your material. See, even I prepared this material for you. Okay, this material I only prepared. You can see that everything has been created in detail. Let's see this. First of all, we'll see some example. Then we can come back. Now, how to generate an event? Double click on this button, event gets generated. How to close it? Simple. There is a method called class called as application.exit. So there are two buttons. One button is displaying alert message, another one is displaying exit. Let's go and view designer. Let's execute this. Click. Okay, so anything you can have your. Let's see some example. We'll make your application a bit something called effective. Now what I'm trying to do is I'll put a button. When I click on a button, okay, I would like to have some color to be affected in my background screen. So I'm taking this one as red. Okay, the name of the control is BTN red, whereas the text is red. Let's flip back here. Yeah, I'm changing this one to BTN red. Now what I want to do? When I click on this, I want to have a red. Okay, I can say this. See, the background class of this object can be referred using th as this. As I said you that this is a property, or you can say this is a keyword which refers to the address of the current class. In which class we are? Form1 class. If you remember, we are in the class called as a Form1. Okay. Now this refers to a Form1 class. Dot. All the properties you can see. I want to change the background color. I have a property called as a back color. Now I can say that this dot back color. What is this dot back color? This form dot back color. What do you want to do? There is a structure called as a color structure where I can select what color you want to see. Red color. Now you can say that when I click on the red button, my background color is going to be changing to red. Let's click on it and say this. Okay. Here, when I click on this, I will make this. It's very simple, straightforward code. What I mean, you can see this. This dot back color. This in essence the existing form1 dot back color is equal to color dot red. The background color is going to change. I repeat, what I made is I added a text, okay, a button. How to get a button? Go to the toolbox in the view menu toolbox, or you can simply click on Alt Control X. When you click on this button, you'll be adding a button over there. Okay. Now, as I said, you that for every control, make sure that text as well as name is going to be changing. Right click on this, go to the properties. First one I go click on a red, right? Why don't we take the second one as a green? Okay. Then coming to the button name, BTN green. Let's see how to write the code. Simply double click on the button. You'll be getting What changes we need to write? Same thing. The coding, the address of the current class is accessible using this dot back color is equal to color dot green. Okay, let's execute this. Click on this button, very clear. Click on this button, very clear. Click on some message. Close, closed. Okay, I repeat once again. I will open the toolbox. Okay, Alt Control X. Select the button. Okay, and I place the button over here. Okay, I have a red. One second. Where is the green? Okay, now button. Okay, I have the button, green button. I'll take blue. Okay, same changes whatever I made. I'll show it again. BTN blue. Okay, let's execute this. Double click even gets generated. This dot back color is equal to color dot blue. So what it is going to be working? Color is a structure provided by the system namespace, which gives you the system colors. Okay, like sync, click. Hope you guys are clear. Now I repeat some code. If you are able to see this, when I click on the red button, not only the background color, the foreground color of the button also to be changed. When I click on the green, not only the background color, the foreground color of the button also to be changed. Same thing. When I click on the button background color also to be changed. How? Simple. What I am trying to do, when I click on the red, here I am writing BTN red, button name dot forecolor dot color is equal to red. So not only that, you will be getting the button color also. See, now click on it, button color also changed. See, are you able to see this? Button color also changed. Same thing. When I click on this BTN green, the name of the control is BTN green dot forecolor. So back color refers to background color, fore color refers to foreground color. Same thing. This BTN blue. Okay. BTN blue dot, okay, forecolor is equal to color dot blue. Let's see this. See, whenever I click on a button, so what happened? Red color is changed. Green color changed. Blue. Now if you are able to see this, see here when you select any color, that color should remain. Other colors should not be seen. When I click on the green, why this should be red? It should not happen. When I click on red, it should not happen. So what we need to do? When your red is okay, other two to be black color. BTN blue dot forecolor is equal to black. Same thing. Whatever you want to do, you can say. BTN green dot forecolor is equal to color dot green, color dot black. So I want to come back to the previous state. Same thing. Okay, BTN red dot forecolor is equal to color dot black. Okay, same thing. BTN blue dot forecolor is equal to color dot black. Same thing here, come here. Okay, BTN something called red dot forecolor. Okay, forecolor is equal to color dot black. Same thing. BTN green dot forecolor is equal to color dot black. Let's execute this. Okay, see, red is going to be red. When you click on the green, what happened? This is becoming green and the red becomes to black again. See, blue. See, whatever. See, these are the minimum things you have to be very, very clear. Okay, I show you the application here and I'm new to now tell me. Is it clear? This is completely real-time scenarios which we did it for some companies when I'm working. So, Windows screens are the UIs for Windows operating system. Generally, these are for Windows operating system. As I said, you right. For monos, using that one, you can design related to any operating system. But I work mainly into the Windows operating system. Now, what are the other tools we have? So it's very clear that in the document we have everything clearly mentioned. Okay, let's see the controls one by one. Okay, what are Windows forms? I said you that Windows applications are the programs that depend upon Windows operating system UI screens. Okay, Windows form specification allows you to develop Windows applications, and it is generally operating system dependent. Example for Windows operating system, you can say that calculators, notepads, Excel, Skype, and all these are Windows applications. Okay. Now, if you, in order to work with Windows applications, you will be having the Windows forms. So you can say the Windows form provides native Microsoft Windows interface. Okay, Windows interface, how it will be there, that will be there. Okay, it is used to design the UI. Okay, it's a graphical application programming interface which gives the easiest way to design the front-end screens. Main thing is front-end. Okay, and it is completely event-driven programming. What do you mean event-driven? Double click on the button, that sort of things. Mouse over, mouse out, that sort of things. And the libraries that required to use this Windows are system.windows. If you are able to see this application is coming from, okay, Windows operating systems. Okay, so the related drivers are system.windows.forms. If you are able to see system.windows.forms, so you can understand the coding is available in this. With the help of those coding, I'm going to be consumed. Working with Windows Forms. Okay, create a simple application, add the required controls to it, change the properties, add events to the controls, and execute. Then step 2 is given. Okay, now let's create a sample application. As I said, you will create a file, new project. Please select the left side Windows, right side Windows application. Okay, steps are also given. Okay, start. Click on the start to run. Okay, you'll be getting this. So this is an object, whereas this is a class. Okay, and I said that Windows application is a namespace, and you'll be able to see that one. Okay, and the coding related to this one will be there. Main will be there, and the main will be having the application.run. The program.cs will be able to see the application.run. As I said you that for every program, the startup will be there. The startup will be inside the program.cs. In the program.cs, you'll be able to see this. Now actually it's an anonymous method, or you can even have a class. What is the name of the class? Form1, right? I can say form1. Okay, for form1 I can say f1 is equal to new form1. So you can understand that you have this. Now I can simply say that f. Both are same. Okay, create an object and run it. Let's say this. It is going to be executed. Both are 100% same. Okay, the same thing which was clearly mentioned over here. Create an object or directly use an anonymous object. Now, let's see the next one. Tools. See here, a tool is nothing but a control. Okay, actually a tool itself is a class. A tool itself is a project. Okay, it's used to create high-level detailed user interface via interactive tools. Okay, so the tools are available in the system.windows.forms.control. Okay, and the tools available by using the view menu toolbox, Alt Control X, as I said, right? Same thing. Okay, next. Visual Studio is very compatible software for designing Windows forms. Controls can be added in the Windows form by simply drag and drop, whereas through console applications we need to write the code. Okay, now I said that how to place a button. Double click, the button will automatically come. Okay, next you need to change the properties. Okay, you'll be having to change the properties by simply clicking on the F4 button. The properties will be displayed. You can select the property and you can use this. I've seen the button. Generally, the buttons can be placed here and you can write down the code whatever it may be. I given the same example that you can see this. Okay, events. What do you want to? When you click on any button, the respective code can be implemented in the form of an event. Okay, so how to generate an event? I said you that events can be generated in two ways. One is double click on the control, or else select an event in the icon of the properties and the thunder symbol will be there. Okay, so frequently used events. Okay, click event, double click event, drop, drag, drop events. Okay, key press, key down. Many things are there. Depends upon the requirement. You will be also understanding what are the events, how it will be used. And see, when you double click on the event gets generated like this. You need to double click on this one. This place gets generated. Then you need to write. Okay, or else you can select this here. Second facility. What you need to do? Open this. Right click on the properties. You'll be going to thunder symbol. Double click on the event. The event gets generated. So steps are also very clear. Different types of controls. As I said, there are many different types of controls. Common controls are there, which contains your regular things. Okay, like you will be able to see that. I can show you an example. You can have different controls like buttons, pointers, checkbox list, etc. Depends upon a requirement. You will be using this. Okay. Next one. See here, there is a class called as message box. Message box is a built-in dialog box that displays application related information to the user. It contains a method called as a show method. Whereas show method is having 4 properties you can do perform manipulations. Let's see this. Before going to this one, let's see how to add a form. before going to this one. How to add a form to this application. And do remember that an application, a Windows application, can have any number of forms. Okay, which form to be started up, okay, should be provided in program system. Okay, I repeat, how to add a form. You can have a Windows application can have any number of forms. To add a form, what we need to do? Right click on the application in Solution Explorer, okay, and add new item. Select an option called add new item. Select add new item. Okay, Windows form. Right click. Let's see this. I have Windows form. When I click on it, I'm able to see the form. Okay, might be my form 1 is not sufficient. I would like to add a form. Right click on it, add new item, or you can simply select a new form. Let's click it. I'll be getting the second form 2. Initially earlier we have form 1, now it is form 2. Let's execute it. What happened? Even you have two forms, first form is running. Why first form is running? In the program.cs it's clearly mentioned that they want form 1. Am I clear? They want clearly form 1. Later in the last example we have seen that new form 1. Form 1 was clearly mentioned over there. If you want to have a form 2, as I said you that what the changes are required, you need to right click on the application in the solution to add a new. Okay. If you want to start up, go to the program.cs file and change it. Now go to the program.cs file, change which form to be done. I want to have the second form. Select it. Let's execute this. We'll get the second form. See? Like this you can have any number of forms. Okay, I have the second form. Now in the second form, I can have the second continuation. The first one is already having the continuation content. Second. Now let's see this buttons. Now this example, I would like to explain you message box. Okay, I repeat, any text can be displayed in the text boxes, in alert boxes using message boxes. You can say that message box is a class. Message box is a class. What kind of class it is? Okay, so this class, okay, this class contains show method. Okay, show method is used to display text in alert. Alert in this is alert window. Okay, alert window. Let's see this. Here I would like to say that I have a click button. Let's click it. Begin click. Coming to this one, I'll change the name, begin click. So what do you want to do? Double click on it. I want to say message box dot show hello. Okay, that's one of the system. I repeat. Let's execute. Let's click on it. See, I repeat the same thing. How to add a button? The steps are like this. Open the solution, open the toolbox, select a button. Okay. When you get a button, please select a button. Okay. Write down date. Okay. Please select a date. Let's see, begin date. Okay. Now, when I click on this, I want to display a button. How to display a button? Message box dot show. Now I can say date, time. There's a date, time. But now the too long date string. So you can understand that you will be getting the date. Let's execute it. Okay. Click it, you will be getting the button. Click it, you will be getting the date. Okay. So this is very, very important. That's what I'm repeating again and again. Button. I would like to have something called as time. Let's see this time. Okay. I repeat begin time. So what do you want? Double click. Okay, here I want to say that message box dot show date and dot now dot too long time string. So I'm getting the time. That's it. So click. Okay. Button. Clear this? Okay. Hope you understand. Okay. We'll have one more form. How to create a form? As I clearly said you that any form can be created. A project can have any number of forms. Right click on the project. Add new item, or please click on the Windows form. Click on add. So the third form is added. But when you execute, you will be getting the second form. If you want to get the third form to be executed, open the program.cs is provide which form to be executed. I want to have the third form. Let's click on it. We get the third form. Now third form is empty. Now let's open the third form. Others are not required. Right click and close all but this. And whenever you want to have double click, you'll be getting 2. You'll be getting. If you don't want, go here. Right click on this. Close all but this. Okay. Now I repeat. We have a message box, and message box is a class which contains a show method. Okay, message box is a class contains a show method. Okay, the show method contains 4 parameters. Show method contains 4 parameters. This is very important here. Okay, 4 parameters. So first parameter is text to be displayed. Second parameter is caption, heading. Third one is buttons. Okay, fourth one is icon. So you can have 4 parameters. Okay, so this is the first one is mandatory. Parameter. Okay, and other things are dev or optional parameter. Optional parameter. Copy this. Okay, this is optional. Okay, let's see this example and practical. This is very important. That's what I'm explaining. First of all, I said that there is a button. Okay, I want to say that first parameter is what I said. The first parameter is text. Let's see this. It's a text. Okay, text. Begin text. Okay, so here I'm writing text. Message box dot show. Text. Text in message box. Let's say this. Execute. You'll be able to see this. And text in message box. Am I here? The first parameter is parameter. The second one is caption. I'll place one button. You can write whatever it may be. Caption, I can say title or caption. Okay, title or caption. I can say. Okay, here I'm giving this one as MBTM title. So the screen is not visible. Please expand this. What do you want to do? I want to have a caption. Message box dot show. Okay, first one is text. Second one is any caption. Title. You can write anything. Let's say this. Execute it. The second one you'll be getting only the text. Second one you'll be getting text and the title also. See here, you have the title. You have the text. Whereas this one you have only the text. As I said you that you have 4 parameters. What is the first parameter? Text is mandatory. Second one is caption. Third one is what? Buttons. What buttons you want to have? Generally, when you execute, you'll be getting only one button, OK button. Apart from OK button, you may have multiple buttons. What buttons you want to have? For example, I'll place a button. Okay, I'll place a button, and I'll write this one as a buttons demo. More buttons. You can have anything. I'll be taking this one text as more buttons, or say more buttons. Okay, or you can say buttons demo. Okay, so I can say BTN buttons. Let's click on this. What buttons you want to display? Message box dot show. Okay, here I'm writing buttons demo. Okay, heading is more buttons. So the next one is we'll be able to see this message box button. See here, there is an enumerated type. What is enumerated type? Dot. You'll be having a lot of options you can select. About, retry, ignore, OK, OK cancel, etc. For example, I want to select this. So you'll be getting the about button, retry button, ignore button. First one is heading will be there, text will be there. Let's see the text is buttons demo. Okay, buttons demo is the text, more buttons is the heading, about, retry, ignore. It's a very simple. See how simple it is. You don't even feel here. It's like writing a regular line. That much very simple, very easy to understand. Okay, and I said you that you can have one more parameter. The parameter is icon, whereas icon is a optional parameter. Okay, icon is a optional parameter. Let's see icon parameter. I can have the 4th parameter. Okay, so we'll have a button. Okay, the button is the 4th parameter. Okay, so it is icon demo. Icon. So I'm using this one as BTN icon. So what do you want to do? I can see message box dot show. Okay, you can see with icon is a text and icon demo is a heading. What options you want to have? Message box buttons dot. What you want to have? I want to have OK button. And the next one is message box icon. Dot which icon? You have an option to select any number of icons. Hand symbol, exclamation, error symbol, asterisk symbol. Let's see warning symbol I would like to have. Let's see the warning symbol. Let's click on it. So the first one is only the text. Second one is text and caption. Third one is more buttons. Last one is with icon. You can see one icon. See here how simple it is. An icon is there, one icon. Am I clear? Let's see this. Can we program this button? Absolutely we can program. The button, whatever you are pressing, can be handled by one more keyword called as a dialog result. Let's see this in practical. Now I would like to have a button. When I click on this button, I want to close, but I want to have a choice before closure. I don't want to close directly. Okay, I want to have a choice. Let's see this. Begin, close. Double click on this. Here I am writing this. If I have a condition, if the condition is satisfied, then I want to close it. What is the condition? Application.exit. Now I don't want to close it directly. When my condition is satisfied, then I want to close it. What is the condition? If message box dot show, yeah, what it is? First one, closing window. Okay, here the heading is, do you want to really close? This is the heading. Okay, next one is closing window. Okay, here I'm giving message box buttons dot, two options, yes or no, and a message box icon. Okay, it's a question, right? So select a question. Okay, now you got this closing window. Now I would like to have something else. What I want to have is equal to, okay, whatever you selected, I need to verify. Dialog result dot, okay, what option? You have again options. Yes, that indicates if you select a special. See, that indicates this heading, this text, this choice as no, and the question symbol. And if you select yes among this, then exit will happen. Otherwise, no. Let's execute this. See here how simple it is. It's a fully real-time example. See here, do you want to close is a heading, closing window is a title, question mark is an icon. Yes, no, other buttons. No, I don't want to do. Okay. Close. Yes, I want to close. The application is closed. Okay. So the example is this. Okay, and the coding is here. Now guys, here, see, this is completely real time.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah.
Well, Karthik, Ravi, and
Yes.
Suresh. Very good. See, this is this code you need not worry. Why? Because this is very easy. I'll give you the code if you want. Okay, unnecessarily don't worry about code. Same code, right? You can copy paste in here. But you understand the thing. That's it. Okay. Now the same example I given. Message box contains a show method. Show method contains a 4 parameter: text, symbol, buttons, message, and button. Okay, let's see this. Okay, so I can see first one, second one. This example was given clearly. Very good. Right. Same example I given over here for your reference. You can use this. Okay, I said you right. Don't worry about this code. Next one. See here, there is another control which is very, very important. A control which used to take input as well as to display the output. You have a text box. So text box is a control which gives you both facilities, input as well as output. Okay. And text box contains some properties called as text property, and you can clear the content using the clear. Okay, focus using the focus. Okay, like this. It contains some methods. It contains some properties. Text box. Okay. Now let's see this some example here. I have seen 3 examples. Let's see an example. I said you right how to add a form. Right click, add new item, or it's this form. You have the 4th form. Open the Solution Explorer. Change this one to 4. Okay. So what is the concept which you want to explain? Okay. I would like to have text box. Let's select this Alt Control X text box. Let's execute it. We'll begin with the text box. This is for displaying output or to read the input. This is called as text box. Okay. And if you want to have any text to be displayed, there is a property. There is a control called as a label. Label is a control where we can give any message. So I can say enter your name. So I'm using this. So enter your name and text box was given there. Okay. So when I click on the button, say I want to have this. I want to proceed something. Click or something. Whatever. Click. Click. So, and the content in the text box is represented using the text property, text property. Okay, this property is used to. Now let's click it. Click. Okay. Yeah, I'm writing same thing. Okay. Message box dot show. Okay. Hello. followed by hello, followed by text box one dot text. So you can understand that the name what I'm using. For example, Suresh. Let's type Suresh. Like hello Suresh. I can do it here. Okay, very easy. So here we have seen label is a control for displaying the standard messages. Text box is for reading input to display. So here using label we cannot read input. Text box we can read input. Okay, this is for display purpose. This is for both display and reading purpose. This is for button used to initiate an action. Okay, any manipulation is possible. We can perform any manipulation. Okay, let's see the same example. Given text box, change the properties and whatever you want to. The PPT is very clear. Even I only did this PPT. Now I have a small example. If you are able to see this, I want to have a design over there. 3 labels and 3 text boxes. Okay, label 1, label 2, label 3. Text boxes I made change the names like T1, T2, T3. When you click on the edition button, I named the button name. I didn't change any name, so you'll be getting the button 1 underscore click. That's it. Now, how to do the parsing? I said you that by default string cannot be entered into integer. So I took integer n is equal to integer a equal to converted of 2 and 32. So you can understand that text box 1 value copied into A, text box 2 value copied into B. Now C is equal to A plus B. C is equal to A plus B. Now T3 dot text third text box is equal to C dot to string. Now we will be getting addition. Simple. Not only addition or something. What I mean to say is any manipulation can be performed. Let's see. Okay. And see here. If you want to do any other things like double click event is there, right? We have some more events. What is that event? Leave event. What is leave event? When you come out, what do you want to do? And that is a leave event. Okay. For example, I'll have a small example. See here, let's execute this. Okay. When you come out. Okay. Now, when you come out, this is event. If you click on the tab button, this is a come out. Okay. Let's see a small example. Here, instead of enter number, enter your name, I'm asking something called as enter a number, enter an integer. Okay, I'll have this one. When I click on the button, I want to change the button called as a square button. Okay, let me change this one to begin square. Okay, already is having some event, right? Let's right click on the event and reset the event. Okay, now double click. Here you will be getting the square event. Previous event will automatically change. Now what is my question to get the output? I'll take another text box. Okay, I have second text box for me. Okay, see here what is my question is, in this I want to have an input and in this I would like to have an output. So this is the input is and that is the output. Let's double click on this. Okay, here same example. What I'm trying to do is I have an integer variable n is equal to int.parse. You can use int.parse or convert.to directly. From where you want to get it? Text box 1.text. So the text box 1.text value I'm copying to integer. Now n is equal to n into n. What do you mean by this? Square. Text box 2.text is equal to n.to. See, this is very easy. The people who knows any programming, that easily can do. Now let's see this 7. If you click on tab button, then the cursor is converted. Now understand? Next. Now I would like to have one more button called as clear button. What is that clear button? This button should clear the screen. Okay. So what I am trying to do is I'll go to the properties. I'll change the name to clear. So what is a clear? Same thing. Very clear. Okay. BTN clear. So what do you mean by clear? The text box 1.item to be clear. So I can say text box 1.clear. Text box 2.clear. Then cursor should go to text box. Text box 1.focus. Focus is an event. We'll directly go there. Let's execute it. Okay. Here I'm giving 7. Okay. Tab button. It's coming here. Now, again tab button. Okay. It's clear. Okay. And you know how to place a close button, which we already did it in the last example. Now this is the coding for the close. Okay. I'll change the code. Copy this. Okay. I'll put close button here. Same example. I'll put a code button. Okay. What is the code you want to do? Close. Begin. Close. Very easy. See here, the coding of .NET. As I said, if you know the basics, you feel like drinking a coffee. The same code which we made it for close in the last example. Okay, let's execute it. Same thing. Execute it. Okay, I have this. Give a value square. Give it here. Here, close. Want to close? Yes. Want to close? No. Whatever you say, it will close. Understand? So it's a very simple example. Guys, any other doubts? So shall I continue? Clear this?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah. Thanks.
Yes.
Very good. Ravi and Suresh?
Yes.
Karthik?
Kiran, I have one question.
Suresh, tell me.
Hello, this is Ravi.
Ravi, tell me.
Yeah, I have one question. Now you have created so many forms. I'm assuming that in the next few classes you will show parent and child form relationship. Like you have
You want to have MDA? MDA you are looking for?
I don't know what it means, but you have a master screen, and when you click a button, it will open a child screen.
Yeah, we can do that one. We can do. I strongly recommended to not to waste the time in this one. We will do the same concepts in detail with web pages. In
Okay,
ASP.
okay. No problem. No
Okay.
problem.
Here also
And
we can do.
And one more question which I have is here in button clear underscore click, you wrote text box 1 dot clear, text box 2 dot clear. So let's assume if there are 10 different fields, can I clear everything in a single shot? Do you have any keyword?
Yes, no keyword here. No keyword. There is a loop called as a for each loop. Okay, that we will be discussing in the collections concept. Okay, for each
no
loop.
problem.
Okay, we'll iterate in the collection.
Okay.
Okay, you may have thousands. You see, when you go for any web pages, you may have thousands of controls, right? So it is required. Yes, we have that feature that we will be discussing after collection concept is done. Right?
Okay, no problem. Thanks.
Right. Now, so we have seen how to use this basic examples. Okay, let's see what aspect others are there over here. Okay, next here events. So this is an event. When you key down, what is a key down? That indicates when your key is pressed. This event gets called when your key is pressed. Okay, so here when you enter, I want to say submit. Like what I mean to say is when you press enter, not only the button, even the text box also, if you press enter, this will be submitted. I want to say submit when you click it. Okay, for example, I want to say this. Now, generally, if you are able to see this, I executed the program. Once I given the number, when I click on the submit button, square button is accepted. Now, what is my question is, I'll give a number and enter, I want to work. So, we have an event called as, what is the event? Key down event. Let's go and open this. Okay, here, go to this, which one? Button. Okay, here text box, key down event. Let's go to the properties. Okay, open the thunder symbol, key down. Let's see where is the key down, key down, key down, key down. This is the key down. Now what do you want to do? Simple. Okay, here what is the question? If key dot equal, if the parameter, like you have something called as E is a keystrokes are there. If E dot key code, key code is one of the built-in one. Okay, it contains some keys dot enter. So what do you mean by keys dot enter? That indicates if you press the enter button. Am I clear? If you press the enter button, what I want to do? I can do something. For example, here I given a message that message box dot show. Okay, submit it. That's it. Okay, if you press anything, it's escape. Else, okay, I can say key dot key code is equal to keys dot escape. See, okay, I can say message box to show this what I can say. Like this, anything, whatever. Let's say this. 1 second. Escape. Keys dot escape. Key code is equal to. Okay, else if. Alright, this. Okay, so 7, enter. You'll be getting submit like this. Okay, when you click on this also, you can write anything you can do. That's a small example I can do. Right.